ॐ शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अगजाननपद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां श्रीहयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रीहयग्रीवमूर्तये नमः। सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। उमाकोमलहस्ताब्जसम्भावितललाटकं हिरण्यकुण्डलं वन्दे कुमारं पुष्करस्रजं। வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு ஹரஹரோஹரா. லோகவீரியம் மகாபூஜ்யம் சர்வரக்ஷாகரம் விபும் பார்வதி ஹிருதயானந்தம் சாஸ்தாரம் பிரணமாம்யகம். சுவாமியே சரணமையப்பா. வாகர்த்தாவிவ சம்பிரக்தௌ வாகர்த்த பிரதிபத்தயே ஜகதः பிதரௌ வந்தே பார்வதி பரமேஸ்வரௌ. ஸ்ரீ பார்வதி பரமேஸ்வராभ्यां நமः. कोमलं पूजयन् वेणुं श्यामलोऽयं कुमारकः वेदवेद्यं परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। पीताम्बरं करविराजितचक्रशङ्खकौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायम् अतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालयेशम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि। कृष्णो रक्षतु मां चराचरगुरुः कृष्णं नमस्ये सदा। कृष्णेनैव सुरक्षितोऽहमसकृत् कृष्णाय दत्तं मनः। कृष्णादेव समुद्भवो मम विभो कृष्णस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं। कृष्णे भक्तिरचञ्चलास्तु भगवन् हे कृष्ण तुभ्यं नमः। श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणं नम्राणां सन्निधत्ते सततमपि पुरस्तैरनभ्यर्थितानपि आर्तान् कामानजस्रं वितरति परमानन्दसान्द्रां गतिं च। इत्थं निःशेषलभ्यो निरवधिकफलः पारिजातो हरे त्वं क्षुद्रं तं शक्रवाटी ध्रुममभिलषति व्यर्थमर्त्यव्रजोऽयं। श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणं श्रीभट्टपादम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि। वंशी विभूषितकरात् नवनीरधाभात् पीताम्बरात् अरुणबिम्बफलादरोष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने. കൈരണ്ടും കൂപ്പി ഞാൻ വീണ്ടുമീറക്കുന്നു നീരജലോചനാനിന്നോടായി. ഏതീനു മഞ്ഞനെ കുമ്പിടേണ്ടാത്തോരു രീതിയിൽ നീ എന്നെ പാലിക്കെന്നായി. കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class. Okay, let's see here. Okay, bunch of people are not on, but anyway, 55 and 56 we have to review, right? Okay. Lalita, can you do one, and then maybe Madhu, you can do one.
Should I do the first one?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Dasakam 55. काल्यामर्दनवर्णनम् अथवारिणि घोरतरं फणिनं प्रतिवारयितुं कृतधीर्भगवन् धृतमारिथतीरगणितपतरुं विषमारुतशोषितपर्णचयम् अधिरुह्य पदाम्बुरुहेण च sorry अधिरुह्य पदाम्बुरुहेण च तम् नवपल्लवतुल्यमनोज्ञरुचा ह्रदवारिणि दूरतरं न्यपतः परिघूर्णितघोरतरङ्गगणे भुवनत्रयभारभृतो भवतो गुरुभारविकम्पि वृजुम्भिजला परिमज्जयति स्म धनुःशतकं तटिनी झटिति स्फुटघोषवती अथ दिक्षु विदिक्षु परिक्षुभितभ्रमितोदरवारिनिनादभरैः उदकादुदगादुरगाधिपतिस्त्वदुपान्तमशान्तरुषान्धमनाः फणशृङ्गसहस्रविनुसृमर ज्वलदग्निकणोग्रविशाम्बुधरम् पुरतः फणिनं समलोकयथा बहुशृङ्गिणमञ्जनशैलमिव ज्वलदक्षिपरिक्षुरदुग्रविशश्वसनोष्मभरः स महाभुजगः परिदर्श्य भवन्तमनन्तबलं समवेष्टयदस्फुटचेष्टमहो
And sorry, that first it's parikshara. I think you said parikshira.
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
yeah. And then
ज्वलदक्षिपरिक्षरदुग्रविश
remind me, did we change the summer veshtaya to pari veshtaya? Yeah. I think we changed that last line there. Or no? I forget. I have my iPad with me
We
today, so I don't
changed
know.
it from Pariveshta to
Okay,
Samaveshta.
that's fine then. That's fine. Because when the iPad version I have right now said pari veshtaya. So you're right. Okay, keep going.
अवलोक्य
Avilokya.
sorry अविलोक्य भवन्तमथाकुलिते तटगामिनि बालकधेनुगणे व्रजगेहतलेप्यनिमित्तशतं समुदीक्ष्य गता यमुनां पशुपाः अखिलेषु विभो भवदीयदशामवलोक्य जिहासुषुजीवभरम् फणिबन्धनमाशु विमुच्य जवात् उदगं यतः स जुषा भवता अधिरुह्य ततः फणिराजफणान्ननृते भवता मृदुपादरुचा कलशिञ्जितनूपुरमञ्जुमिलत् करकङ्कणसङ्कुल सङ्क्वणितम् जहृषुः पशुपास्तु तुषुर्मुनयो वपुषुः जहृषुः पशुपास्तु तुषुर्मुनयो ववृषुः कुसुमानि सुरेन्द्रगणाः त्वयि नृत्यति मारुतगेहपते परिपाहि समां त्वमदान्तगदात् श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः
Lalita, you want to do 56? You're on mute in case. Right. Shailaja, can you do 56?
Rajesh I did
Oh,
not.
Shailaja. I meant Shailaja Praveen, sorry.
Thank you so much.
Shailaja
I did
Praveen,
not-
can you do 56? She is also. Okay. Whoever wants can do. Okay.
Sorry, Rajesh, I was on mute.
Yeah.
Okay. दशकं 56 कलियमर्दने भगवत् अनुग्रहवर्णनम् रुचिरकम्पितकुण्डलमण्डलः रुचितमीशननर्तितपन्नगे अमरताडितदुन्दुभिसुन्दरं वियति गायति दैवतयौवते
Shailaja, second line, first one. Suchiramisha.
ओके सुचिरमीशननर्तितपन्नगे नमति यद्यदमुष्य शिरोहरे परिविहाय तदुन्नतमुन्नतं परिमतन् पदपङ्करुहाचिरं व्यहरथाखरतालमनोहरम् त्वदवभग्नविभुग्नफणागने गलितशोणितशोणितपातसि फणिपताववसीदति सन्नताः तदबलास्तव माधवपादयोः अयि पुरैव चिराय परिश्रुत त्वदनुभावविलीनहृदोहिताः मुनिभिरप्यनवाप्यपतैस्तवैः नुनुवुरीश भवन्तमयन्त्रितम् फणिवधूगणभक्तिविलोकनप्रविकसत्करुणाकुलचेतसा फणिपतिर्भवताच्युतजीवितः त्वयि समर्पितमूर्तिरवानमतु रमणकं रजवारिधिमध्यगं फणिरिपुर्न करोति विरोधिताम् इति भवद्वचनान्यतिमानयन् फणिपतिर्निरगादुरगैः समम् फणिवधूजनदत्तमनिव्रजज्वलितहारदुकूलविभूषितः तटगतैः प्रमदाश्रुविमिश्रितैः समगता स्वजनैर्दिवसावदौ निशिपुनस्तमसा व्रजमन्दिरं व्रजितुमक्षमयेव जनोत्करे स्वपति तत्र भवच्चरणाश्रये दवकृशानुररुन्धसमन्ततः प्रबुदितानत पालयेति उदयदार्तरवान् पशुपालकान् अवितुमाशुपपातमहानलं किमिह चित्रमयं खलु ते मुखम् शिखिनिवर्णत एव हि पीतता परिलसत्यधुना क्रिययाप्यसौ इति नुतः पशुपैर्मुदितैर्विभो हर हरे दुरितैः सह मे गदान् श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः.
Right. Okay, so we'll continue with 57 today. So 57 is Pralambasura Vada Varnanam. So another Asura called Pralamba. So Pralamba Asura, Pralambasura. So let's see, first have Amruta ji, you can be a student, and Venkat Garu, you can be a student. So this is 2 lines, but it kind of follows the 4-line tune, okay? Like Dashakam 44, same kind of thing. रामसखः क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् गतो भवान् विपिनं सूनुभिरपि गोपानां धेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः. So just previous one, Kaliya Mardhanam, that was done. And time, then some other day, some random day. So you, Krishna, along with specifically Rama Saka, along with Balarama, because when certain time, most of the days Krishna goes out with Balarama, but there are certain times Krishna doesn't, like we saw in the previous. No, in this case, specifically is going with Balarama for a reason, right? Because what's going to happen later. So along with Balarama, you, along with your friends, decide to, along with the Gopa boys, you decide to go for grazing the cows, right? One particular day, you just decide to go with all of them, like a normal day. Rama Sakah is there, put a ich sound, Rama Sakah. Kwapi dine means some random day, that's what it is. Kwapi dine, comma. Kamada Bhagavan Gato Bhavan Vipinam Sunu Bhirapi Gopanam, comma. Denubhir abhisambrito. If you want to break it, you can break it as Denubhir abhisambrito, but that will get very hard. Easy to just say the whole thing together. Denubhir abhisambrito lasadveshaha. रामसखः क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् गतो भवान् विपिनं सूनुभिरपि गोपानां धेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः
रामसख क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् कदो भवान् विपिनं सूनुभिरपि कोपानां तेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः रामसख क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् कदो भवान् विपिनं सूनुभिरपि कोपानां तेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः
रामसखः क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् गतो भवान् विपिनम् सूनुभिरपि गोपानां तेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः रामसखः क्वापि दिने कामद भगवन् गतो भवान् विपिनम् सूनुभिरपि गोपानां धेनुभिरपि संवृतो लसद्वेषः.
Both of you are trying to little bit sing it, which is okay. Which means you are trying to stretch it a little bit at the end. So you might find it hard, but if you're comfortable, feel free. The easier way is just to not stretch the end portion. Like Gato Bhavan Vipinam, just end it like that. It'll be easier. Otherwise, if you want to stretch it, that's also fine. Stanza 2. Sandharshayan balaya swairam Brindhavanashriyam vimalam Kandiraiः सह बालैः भाण्डीरकमागमो vatam क्रीडन्. So, like it was summer season because we saw in the last Dashakam also there was a forest fire, right? Because it was because of the heat. So it was summer season. So when you were all, Krishna, but when the kids were, when the boys were around you, they were not feeling the heat. And they were all kind of, when they are around that Yamuna river, it is generally okay because the cool breeze is coming. So this particular day, what they did was they decided to go to a separate place and they reached like a banyan tree in that big place called Bhandi Rakha. So it's a big banyan tree. Like, the banyan trees are generally very large. So with all of them, you decide to go and take the shelter in a banyan tree, under the banyan tree called as Bhandi Rakha. Now this word is going to come again in Dashakam 58. So just remember the word Bhandi Rakha. So that's where they all decide to go meet and play that day or just stay there while the cows are grazing. Sandarshayan balaya swairam, vrindavana shriyam vimalam kandiraihi. Is there put a is sound there? Kandirais saha balaihi. So visarga, comma. Next on bhandi rakam, there is a ir that will go away. Bhandi rakam agamo. I'm just breaking at that ma. Bhandi rakam agamo vatam kridan. Sandarshayan balaya swairam Vrindavanashriyam vimalam Kandiraiः saha balaiः Bhandirakamaagamo vatam kridan.
सन्तर्शयन् पलाय स्वैरं बृन्दावनश्रियं विमलां काण्डीरैः सह बालैः पाण्डीरकम् आगमो वडं किरीडान्
Kridan, last word.
क्रीडन् सन्दर्शयन् बलाय स्वैरं बृन्दावनश्रियं विमलां काण्डीरैः सह बालैः पाण्डीरकम् आगमो वडं किरीडन्
सन्दर्शयन् बालयस्वैरं वृन्दावनश्रियं विमलां काण्डीरैः सह बालैः पाण्डीरकमागमो वटं क्रीडन्.
Venkatkar, that first line, second word, balaya swairam.
Bala is well. Sandarshayan balaya svairam Vrindavanashriyam vimalam Kandirai sahabalaihi Bhandirakamagammo vatam kridan.
Rajesh, a question.
Yeah.
Is it Bhandiraka Magato or Magamo?
Agamo.
I have a to, so okay. Okay, thank you.
तावत्तावकनिधनस्पृहयालुर्गोपमूर्तिरदयालुः दैत्यः प्रलम्बनामा प्रलम्बबाहुं भवन्तमापेते. So we saw in this, this asuras taken different forms, right? So one came as like a Bhakasura, which was like a swan, and then one came like a calf, which was Vatsasura. Then Aghasura came in the form of a snake. So this time, this Pralambhasura comes in the form of like another Gopa boy who did not come that day. So one boy did not come that day with them to grace. So this Asura takes that form of the Gopa boy because his plan is he wants to kidnap Krishna and Balarama. So just kind of being around with them like another Gopa boy. So his name is Pralamba. So that Pralamba Asura approached you who's Pralamba Bahum. Pralambam also means long. So you, Krishna, who has got long hands, so Pralamba Bahum, that Pralamba Asura approached all of you, just hanging out with you, being with all of the other boys. Tavat Tavaka Nidhana Sprihayalur, then put a plus, Gopa Murtira Dayaluhu. So that entire line is together. Daityaha, put a F, Daityaf Pralamba Nama, comma, Pralamba Bahum Bhavantam Apede. If you want to break it that ma, you can. Bhavantam Apede. तावत्तावक निधनस्पृहयालुर् गोपमूर्तिरदयालुः दैत्यः प्रलम्बनामा प्रलम्बबाहुं भवन्तमापेदे.
तावत्तावक निधनस्पृगयालुर्कोपमूर्तिरदयालुः दैत्यप्रलम्बनाम प्रलम्बबाहुं भवन्तमापेते. तावत्तावक निधनस्पृगयालुर्कोपमूर्तिरदयालुः प्रलम्बनामा प्रलम्बबाहुं भवन्तमापेते.
Tavakanidanaspruhayalu gopamurtiradaya Daityah pralambanama pralambabahum bhavantamapede.
Venkat Garu, that first line, Sprihayalur, there's a ir sound there.
Sprihayalur, yeah. Tavakanidanaspruhayalur gopamurtiradayaluhu Daityah pralambanama pralambabahum bhavantamapede.
Stanza 4. Janannapya vijananniva tena samam nibaddha sauhardha batanikate patupashupavyabaddham dvandva yuddhamarabdhaha. So Janan api ajanan means although you knew it, Krishna, that this boy has come, Pralambasura has come in the form of a Gopa boy, you pretended like you didn't know. So they were all just hanging there. And so then they decided to kind of have a play because they all just play there when the cows are grazing. So they all and this Pralambasura Krishna knew that he has to find a way to eventually get rid of this Pralambasura also. So they all decided to have a play which is Dvandva Yuddha, which is they decided to do a wrestling match between each other. And the rules of it comes in the next stanza, but they decided to do a wrestling match amongst each other there. Janannapya vijananniva. So you cannot break that word. So the whole word has to be together. Janannapya vijananniva, comma. Tena samam nibaddha double the sauhardaha vata nikate patu pashupa vyabaddham, comma. Dvandva yuddham arabdaha. Janannapya vijananniva तेन समं निबद्धसौहार्दः वटनिकटे पटुपशुपव्याबद्धं द्वन्द्वयुद्धमारब्धाः. Oh, Mataji, you're on mute.
जानन्नप्यविजानन्निव तेन समं निबद्धसौहार्दः वटनिकटे पडुपशुप व्याबद्धं द्वन्द्वयुद्धम् आरब्धाः. जानन्नप्यविजानन्निव तेन समं निबद्धसौहार्दः वटनिकटे पडुपशुपव्याबद्धं द्वन्द्वयुद्धम् आरब्धाः.
जानन्नप्यविजानन्निव तेन समं निबद्धसौहार्दः वटनिकटे पशुपव्याबद्धं द्वन्द्वयुद्धम्
Venkat Garu, your voice is breaking for me. Going in and out.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Yeah.
जानन्नप्यविजानन्निव तेन समं निबद्धसौहार्दः वटनिकटे पशुपव्याबद्धं द्वन्द्वयुद्धमारब्धाः.
The second line just before the comma, patu pashupa vyabhaddam.
Patu pashupa vyabhaddam. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Stanza 5. Gopan vibhajya tanvan sangham balabhadrakam bhavatkamapi twadbalabhirum daityam twadbalagatam bhagavan. So, they form two teams, right? So what they normally do, and we used to do this when we used to play cricket also. My brother and I used to be equally good. So this is separate us out, saying you both cannot be in the same team. So they do the same thing, saying Krishna, you are in one team, Balarama, you are in one team, because you both are the strongest. And then the rest of the boys decide to separate as to which team they need to be. Now, although this Pralambasura has come to kidnap Krishna and Balarama, he is afraid of Krishna because he knows how Krishna is the strongest. And they'll do a wrestling match between the two teams, right? So Pralambasura very clear, strategically goes and says, I'm going to be in Krishna's team, because he doesn't want to combat against Krishna. So he goes and joins Krishna's team in this case. Gopan vibhajya tanvan sangham, bala bhadrakam bhavat kamapi tvad bala bhirum daityam, tvad bala gatam, I'm just breaking at that ma, gatam anvamanyatha bhagavan. Gopan vibhajya tanvan sangham balabhadrakam bhavatkamapi twadbalabhirum daityam twadbalagatam anvamanyatha bhagavan.
गोपान् विभज्य तन्वन् सङ्गं बलभद्रकं भवत्कमपि त्वद्बलवीरं दैत्यं त्वद्बलकथम् अन्वमन्यता भगवन्. गोपान् विभज्य तन्वन् सङ्गं बलभद्रकं भवत्कमपि त्वद्बलवीरं दैत्यं त्वद्बलकथम् अन्वमन्यता भगवन्.
Mataji, that second line, twadbhala bhirum, u sound. Okay, bhirum daityam.
त्वद्बलवीरुं दैत्यम्.
Yeah. Oh, Venkat Garu, lost you again.
Any better?
No, can't hear you. I think last time when you did, it was fine. I don't know if it's the position of your...
No.
Yeah.
Is better?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Gopan vibhajya tanvan sangham balabhadrakam bhavatkamapi twadbalabhiram daityam Balagatam Anvamanyatha Bhagavan.
The same thing, bhirum, oo sound there, okay? Twadbala bhirum.
Yeah, Bhalabhiram. Oh, Bhirum, okay.
Yeah.
Gopan Vibhajyatanvan Sangham Balabhadrakam Bhavat Kamapi Twadbalabhiram Bhirum Daityam Twadbalagatam Anvamanyata Bhagavan.
Sentence 6. Kalpita vijetruvahane samare parayuthakam swadayitataram Sridamanamadhattaha parajito bhaktadasatam pratayan. So one of the reasons that Pralambasura wanted to join Krishna's team was, the rule was, whoever loses when there is a wrestling match between the two boys, whoever loses has to carry the winner on your back and run for a long time. Say Pranambasura remembered what happened to Trinavarta when he tried to lift Krishna. So Pranambasura decides, I'm not going to carry Krishna, right? So he joins Krishna team. Now the first, when Krishna then goes and battles against his friend called Sridama. This Sridama comes in a few places. His name, I think it came once earlier. It's again going to come a few places later. So that Sridama Krishna battles. Now, of course, Krishna can defeat whoever he wants. But Bhattaripat says very beautifully, Krishna, you are Bhakta Dasatam. You are a servant of your devotees. So when your most favorite friend Sridama is coming, how can you let Sridama lift you? So you, of course, naturally lose to Sridama so that you can lift Sridama and then run, and Sridama doesn't have to lift you. So the first in that match, Krishna loses to Sridama, so he has to now lift Sridama and run. Kalpita vijetru vahane samare, parayutagam swadayitataram Shridamanam, I'm just breaking at the ma, Shridamanam adhattaha, parajito bhakta dasatam pratayan. Kalpita vijetru vahane samare parayuthagam swadayitataram Shridamanam adhattaha parajito bhakta dasatam pratayan.
Kalpita vijetruvahane samare parayutagam swadaida taram Sridamanam adattaha parajito bhaktadasadam pradayan.
Da satam. You added an extra A there. Bhakta da satam pratayan.
Bhaktadasadam pratayan. Kalpita vijetruvahane samare parayudakam swadaida taram Sridamanam adattaha parajito bhaktadasam pradayan. Bhaktadasatam pradayan.
Rajesh, you quick on the third line, Sridhamanam
Sridamanam.
Adattaha Adattaha.
Adattaha. Because it ends in A, and the
Longer.
visarga will also stretch.
Okay.
Okay, adattaha.
Kalpita Vijetruvahane Samare Parayutagam Swadayitataram Swadayitataram Sridamanam Adhattaha Parajito Bhaktadasatam Pratayan. Kalpita Vijetruvahane Samare Parayuthagam Swadayitataram Sridamanam adattaha parajito bhaktadasatam prathayan.
Just give me 1 second, okay, I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, stanza 7. एवं बहुषु विभूमन् बालेषु वहत्सु वाह्यमानेषु रामविजितः प्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवद्भीत्या. So with this, the same thing happens, right? Multiple people, they're all kind of losing, and whoever is losing is carrying. Now, what Pralambasura does is he goes to fight with Balarama. So when he goes to fight with Balarama, he loses to Balarama because he wants to carry Balarama and go. So because he loses to Balarama, he now has to lift Balarama and then run with him because that is a punishment. So with that, they have a point, up to which they have to run and they come back. But this Pralambasura continues to run after Balarama, and yet Bhattaripad, says a lot of this is the subtle things he puts in there, saying that, you, O Krishna, you are Vibhuman, you are there everywhere. So Pralambasura is thinking just because he's running beyond the deadline, you won't know the goalpost, you won't know where he's going, but you know where he's going. Then Pralambasura carries Balarama and runs away further. Evam bahushu vibhuman, baleshu vahatsu vahyamaneshu. So half ha there, vahyamaneshu. Rama vijitaha, put a F, vijitah pralambo, jahara tam durato bhavad bhitya. Evam bahushu vibhuman बालेषु वहत्सु वाह्यमानेषु रामविजितः प्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवद्भीत्या.
एवं बहुषु विभूमन् बालेषु वहत्सु वाह्यमनेषु रामविजितप्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवत्प्रीत्या.
And first line last vahyamaneshu.
वाह्यमानेषु.
Yeah.
एवं बहुषु विभूमन् बालेषु वहत्सु वाह्यमानेषु प्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवत्प्रीत्या.
एवं बहुषु विभूमन् बालेषु वहत्सु वाह्यमानेषु रामविजितः प्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवद्भीत्या. एवं बहुषु विभूमन् बालेषु वत्सु वाह्यमानेषु रामविजितः प्रलम्बो जहारतं दूरतो भवद्भीत्या.
Second line, the vijitaha, it joins the F letter, comes vijitah pralambo. Okay. Stanza 8. Twadhuram gamayantam tam drishtva halini vihita gharima bhare daitya swarupamagat yadrupat sahibalopi chakito bhoot. So as he's carrying Balarama and running away, so Balarama realizes something is wrong. So, Balarama tries to make himself heavier. See, like in all of these things, like we saw in Dasakam 52-53, when Brahma took all of the boys away and the calves away also, right? I kind of explained, right, that subtle difference between Balarama and Krishna, right? Because one of them is Purna Avataram, which has got all the strength. The other of them is not that, what you call spiritually potent. It is still an incarnation, but not as powerful, right? So there's a relative thing. So here Balarama realizes that something is wrong. This guy is taking me and running fast. So he tries to put more pressure on this Pralambasura. At that time, this Pralambasura then shows up Swarupam, shows his original form, which is like a massive form of him, because with that he can then carry Balarama even farther. So with that he then carries, and even Balarama is Chakitaha. Even he is also surprised looking at this massive form of Asura who is now lifting him and trying to run away. Tvaduram gamayantam tam drishtva, halini vihita garimabhare daityaha, put is daityas Swarupam, I'm just breaking at the ma there, Swarupam agat. So for those who are following Sanskrit, there's a dya there. So we're going to break it into a it and a ya. So Swarupam agat, yadrupat sahi balopi chakito bhoot. त्वद्धूरं गमयन्तं तं दृष्ट्वा हलिनिविहितगरिमभरे दैत्यस्वरूपमागात् यद्रूपात् स हि बलोऽपि चकितोऽभूत्
त्वत्तूरं कमयन्तं तं दृष्ट्वा हलिनिविहितगरिमभरे दैत्यस्वरूपम् आगात् यत्रूपात् स हि बलोऽपि जहितोऽभूत् त्वत्तूरं कमयन्तं तं दृष्ट्वा हलिनिविहितगरिमपरे दैत्यस्वरूपम् आगात् यत्रूपात् स हि बलोऽपि सहितोऽभूत्
तद्दूरे गमयन्तं त्वद्दूरं गमयन्तं तं दृष्ट्वा हलिनिविहितगरिभरे दैत्यस्वरूपमागात् यद्रूपात् स हि बलोऽपि चकितोऽभूत् त्वद्दूरं गमयन्तं तं दृष्ट्वा गरिमभरे दैत्यस्वरूपमागात् यद्रूपात् स हि बलोऽपि चकितोऽभूत्.
Make it go to that drishtva. After that, there is a comma in the first line. Okay. Tam drishtva halini.
Okay. Tam drishtva.
उच्चतया दैत्यतनोः त्वन्मुखमालोक्य दूरतो रामः विगतभयो दृढमुष्ट्या वृषदुष्टं सपदि पिष्टवानेनम्. So because this asura becomes massive in size, so when Balarama is sitting on top of that asura, he can now see Krishna. So I think what this is kind of telling is anybody for that matter, even Balarama, right, for that matter, when this asura, you have to think of him as all the other distractions and the things which are in this world. So even though you are praying, even though you are next to Krishna, these distractions can take us away from Krishna, can take us away from God for several reasons. So Balarama is also getting taken away by Pralambasura, away from Krishna. But when he is in a problem, when Balarama himself was getting chakitaha, when he himself was surprised what is happening, the asura is becoming so big, what happens is he is then able to see Krishna now. So the moment he is able to see Krishna again, he gets confidence and then he is able to hit the demon and then get rid of the demon. So that's kind of what it is saying. Even though you are constantly praying, there are going to be a lot of distractions which are going to take you away from devotion in Bhagavan. The most important thing is even in those times to then look at Bhagavan, because then he's going to pull you back and protect you, which is what is happening. So Balarama then gets rid of Pralambasura. Uchataya Daitya Thanoho is goes away, Visarga comma. Twan Mukham Alokya, I'm breaking at that ma. Twan Mukham Alokya Durato Ramaha Bigata Bayo Drida Mushtya, comma. Brisha Dushtam Sapadi Pishtavanenam. Uchataya Daityatanoho Twanmukhamalokya Durato Ramaha Vigata Bhayo Dhridamushtya Brishadushtam Sapadi Pishtavanenam.
उच्चतया दैत्यनोः द्वन्मुखम् आलोक्य दूरतो रामः विगतभयो दृष्टमुष्ट्या वृषदुष्टं सपदि पिष्टवानेनम्.
First line, Daitya Tanoho.
दैत्यधनुः.
And then second line, Dhrida Mushtya.
Drida Mushtya. Okay. Uchataya Daityadanoho Dvanmukam Alokya Durato Ramaha Vigadabayo Drishtamushtya Brisadushtam Sabati Pishtavanenam.
And second line, you said Dridha Mushtya.
Drida. Vigadabayo Drida Mushtya Brisadushtam Sabati Pishtavanenam.
Uchyataya Daityatanoho Tvanmukhamalokya Durato Ramaha Vigatabayo Dhrudamushtya Vrushaddushtam Sapadi Pishtavaninam. उच्यतया दैत्यतनोः त्वन्मुखमालोक्य दूरतो रामः विगतभयो दृढमुष्ट्या वृषदुष्टं सपदि पिष्टवानीनम्
10 and 11, and say the meaning together just to wrap up. Hatva Danava Veeram, comma, Praptam Balam, I'm just breaking at the ma, Balam Alilingita Premna Tavan Milator Yuvayoho, put a ish Yuvayosh Shirasi, then put a plus. So that line is going to be together. Yuvayosh Shirasi Krita Pushpa Vrishtir Amaraganaihi. I'm just breaking at the Ra. Vrishtir Amaraganaihi. Hatva Danavaviram Praptam Balamalilingita Premna Tavan Milator Yuvayosh Shirasi Krita Pushpa Vrishtir Amaraganaihi.
हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं बलम् आलिलिङ्गित प्रेम्णा धावन्मिलतोर्युवयोः शिरसि कृता पुष्पवृष्टिर् अमरगणैः
The
हत्वा
Pushpa Vrishtir Ir sound, okay, there.
पुष्पवृष्टिर् अमरगणैः हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं फलम् आलिलिङ्गित प्रेम्णा धावन्मिलतोर्युवयोः शिरसि कृतपुष्पवृष्टिर् अमरगणैः
हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं बालं
After
हत्वा
Dana Veeram, comma, yeah.
ओके हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं बलाम् आलिङ्गितप्रेम्णा तावन्मिलितोर्युवयोः शिरसि कृता पुष्पवृष्टिरमरगणैः
Look at that first line. Balam Alilingita.
बलम् आलिलिङ्ग okay
And then the second line,
हत्वा
Yuvayoho becomes Yuvayosh. Ish sound to join.
ओके युवयोः शिरसि हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं बलम् आलिलिङ्गितप्रेम्णा तावन्मिलितोर्युवयोः शिरसि कृता पुष्पवृष्टिरमरगणैः
Same thing. Yuvayoho. You are saying it's Yuvayosh.
युवयोः
Okay, and then the
युवयोः
first line, after the comma is after Danava Veeram, because Praptam is to obtain, Balam is to Balarama. So that word has to come together. So that's why the
okay.
after Danava Veeram. Okay.
Should I do once?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
हत्वा दानववीरं प्राप्तं बलम् आलिलिङ्गितप्रेम्णा तावन्मिलितो शिरसि कृता पुष्पवृष्टिरमरगणैः
Yeah. That's 11. Alambho bhuvananam pralambham nidanameva marachayan kalam vihaya sadhyo lolam bharuche hare hare kleshan. Then Balarama comes back. That's why praptam balam. So having gotten Balarama back, Alilingita, you all just hugged him, you all just embraced him, and everybody was very happy that Balarama is safe and the Asura is gotten rid of. And the 11th stanza wraps up by saying, Krishna, you are like the, just like how like a black bee, when you look at a black bee, it is so, what do you call, ரொம்ப clear, just very crisp, right? The black color, it's very clearly defined. So Krishna, you are like that. You are the Bhagavan who's in the very clearly defined form as Krishna. You are able to get rid of Pralambasura very soon without any delay. Kalam vihaya sadhyo. Without any delay, please get rid of all of my afflictions and all of my diseases as well. Alambo bhuvananam, comma, pralambham nidhanam evam arachayan. If you want to break it, nidhanam evam arachayan kalam vihaya sadhyo, comma, lolambharuche hare hare harehe is there, put a ich to join, hare hare kleshan. So here the word hare has two meaning. One, hare is to like, oh Hari, because referring to Hari, because hare is just refers to oh Hari who eliminates everything. But the other hare kleshan refers to eradicating all my ailments as well. So it's got two different, but because in Sanskrit you can move words anywhere and depending on the context, it changes the meaning.
Alambo Bhuvananam Pralambam Pralambam Nidanam Evam Arachayan Kalam Vihaya Satyo Lolam Baruche Hare Hare Kleshan Alambo Bhuvananam Pralambam Nidanam Evam Arachayan Kalam Vihaya Satyo Lolam Baruche Hare Hare Klesan.
Amitaji, the first line la pralambam.
Pralambam.
आलम्बो भुवनानां प्रालम्बं निधनं एवमारचयन् कालं विहाय सद्यो लोलम्बरुचे हरे हरेः क्लेशान्
Hare Hare Ich. Hare
हरे
Kleshan.
हरेः क्लेशान् आलम्बो भुवनानां प्रालम्बं निधनम् एवमारचयन् कालं विहाय सद्यो लोलम्बरुचे हरे हरेः क्लेशान्.
Hare, and instead of saying Hare He, you just put a H there. Hare Hare Kleshan.
Okay, हरे हरेः क्लेशान्. Okay.
Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Switch. Lalita, are you back? Are you there? Let me see who else I had then. Shubha, you can be a student, and Krishnanji, you can be a student. So Dashakam 58 is Go Gopana Davagni Moksha Varnanam. So there already was a small forest fire in after the Kali and Ardhanam. So here this is a bigger forest fire. Davagni refers to forest fire. So protecting them from the forest fire, the Go and the Gopas, the boys and the cows. Stanza 1. त्वयि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रलम्बप्रमथनविसविलम्बे धेनवस्वैरचाराः तृणकुतुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमपि विपिनमैषी काक्यमीशां बभूवुः. Little bit continuing from the previous one. So while the boys were all busy playing and all this incident is happening of the Pralambasura and everything, the cows which were all wandering end up wandering further beyond where, remember, they were in this place called Bhandi Raka, which was the banyan tree in Vrindavan forest. They were in that place called Bhandi Raka. Now out of that, the cows are beginning to graze and go to this place called Aishika. So in that last line, Kimapi Vipinam Aishikakyamisham. So Aishika is just another forest which is on the outskirts of Vrindavan. So the cows end up going to that forest. Tvai Biharana Lole Bala Jalaihi, comma, Pralamba Pramathana. In some books, the Pralamba word is coming in the first line. In that case, just put a plus. Pralamba Pramathana Savilambe. Dhenavaha, put is dhenavas swaira charaha trina kutuka nivishta dura duram charantyaha, comma, kimapi vipinam. So you can just break up to that point in vipinam. Aishi kakyamisham. You cannot break that word. So that's where to say that together. Aishi kakyamisham bhabuvuhu. त्वयि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रलम्बप्रमथनसविलम्बे धेनवस्वैरचाराः तृणकुतुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमपि विपिनमैषी काक्यमीशां बभूवुः.
त्वहि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रलम्ब प्रथमतन सविलम्बे देनवस् स्वैरचारः तृणकुटुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरम्. I lost the tune, I think.
Yeah. Trinakutukanivishta.
तृणकुटुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमिप विपिनम् ऐशिकाख्यमीशं बहूवुः.
And the third line, like you're saying kutuka. It's with ta sound. Kutuka.
कुतुक. Okay. Oh, कुतुक. Okay. त्वयि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रलम्ब प्रमथन बालजालैः प्रलम्ब प्रमथन सविलम्बे देनवस्वैरचारः तृणकुतुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमपि विपिनम् ऐशिकाख्यम् ईश बहूवुः.
Second line, like small correction. Swaira charaha.
Okay, स्वैरचारः.
त्वयि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रमथन सविलम्बेधेन वस्वैरचाराः तृणकुतुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमपि विपिनम् ऐषि काख्यमीषां बभूः. त्वयि विहरणलोले बालजालैः प्रलम्ब प्रमथननिलं सविलम्बेधेन वस्वैरचाराः तृणकुतुकनिविष्टा दूरदूरं चरन्त्यः किमपि विपिनम् ऐषि काख्यमीषां बभूः.
Babhuvuhu. Last word.
बभूवुः.
Stanza 2.
Rajesh,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. And the second word, how do you, I know you don't split it, but how do you space it out? Like pramadana savilambeva, la pramadana sa vilambeva.
Pramathana savilambe.
Savilam. Thank you.
Stanza 2. अनधिगतनिधागक्रौर्यवृन्दावनान्तात् बहिरिदमुपयाताः काननं धेनवस्ताः तव विरहविषण्णाः ऊष्मलग्रीष्मतापप्रसरविसरदम्बस्याकुलास्तम्भमापुः. So, this, like we said earlier in the previous one, it was a hot summer. And somehow when they were in Vrindavan, in the forest of Vrindavana, next to the Yamuna river, they get the breeze. So here, because these cows have grazed out to this other place, when they reach the outskirts and they're there, they're just becoming extremely hot. And the cows were kind of lost. So, and they, of course, they are all thirsty, they need water. So because of that, they start crying out in distress. They start moving out because they want to get back to where the boys are. It doesn't know where the boys are. So they're all getting very hot and tired and thirsty at this point. Anadigata nidhaga kraurya vrindavanantat, bahiridam upayata. I'm just breaking at that ma there. Bahiridam upayataha. Put a H to join. Upayatah. Kananam dhenavastaha tava viraha vishannaha. Add a visarga there if you don't have it. Vishannaha, comma. Ushmala grishma tapa. Put a plus. Prasara visaradambasyakula. If you want to break it, the only place you can break it is a da there. So prasara visarad ambasyakula if you want to break it, or you can say it together. And the visarga which is coming later, ambasyakulaha, becomes a is there. Ambasyakula stambamapuhu. Little bit of a tough one, but the viraha vishannaha, comma, and then the rest of the two lines come together. Anadigata nidhaga kraurya vrindavanantat bahiridamupayatah kananam dhenavastaha tava viraha vishannaha ऊष्मल ग्रीष्मताप प्रसर विसरदम्बस्याकुलास्तम्भमापुः.
अनधिगतनिधागकौर्यवृन्दावनान्तात् बहिरिदमुपयाताः काननं देनवस्ताः तव विहरविषन्नाः ऊष्मलग्रीष्मतापप्रसर विशरद अम्बस्याकुलस्तम्भमापुः.
Third line la Shubha, viraha.
वीरः
I think you said vihara, it's viraha vishannaha.
विरह विषन्नाः is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
अनधिगतनिधागकौर्यवृन्दावनान्तात् बहिरिदमुपयाताः काननं देनवस्ताः तव विहरविषन्नाः ऊष्मलग्रीष्मताप विसरदम्बस्याकुलस्तम्भमापुः.
Same thing. In
Oh,
vihara, you
vihara.
are saying. Third
Okay.
line.
Oh, vihara. Okay. Oh, I said vihara.
Yeah.
Viraha. Okay.
Viraha, yeah.
Yeah.
अनधिगतनिदाग्रकौर्य वना वृन्दावनान्तदात् बहिरिदमुपयाता काननं धेनवस्ताः तव विरहविषण्णाः ऊष्मलग्रीष्मताप प्रसरविसर अम्बस्याकुलास्तम्भमापुः अनधिगतनिदाग्रकौर्य वृन्दावनान्तात् बहिरिदमुदयाता काननं धेनवस्ताः तव विरहविषण्णाः ऊष्मलग्रीष्मताप प्रसरविसर अम्बस्याकुलास्तम्भमापुषु
Apuhu.
स्तम्भमापुः
ராஜேஷ்ஜி க்ரௌரியன்னா என்ன?
Kraurya, I think it's a Kraurya Vrinda. I think it's like the extent intensive heat. The Kraurya Vrindavana. So the summer, which was very intense, so very cruel. That's a real word is cruel, but in that the context, it's like very intense heat. That's the thing. Tadanu sahasahayer duramanvishya shaure galita sarani munjaranya sanjata khedam पशुकुलम अभिवीक्ष क्षिप्रमाणे तुमारात त्वयि गतवति ही सर्वतोऽग्निर्जृम्भे. So, like, it happened like 52 Dashakam, right? Suddenly the cows graze away, the boys all get very worried. So, everybody feels very bad that, we've been all busy playing and then the cows have ran away somewhere. So they all know how to trace their cows because they look at the footprints of the cows which are there and then they trace the footprints of the cows. They also leave the Vrindavana forest and they come to this forest. Now, this another name for this forest is Munja forest because Munja is a kind of tree or something that grows there. So they come to this Munja forest, and there when they come and they meet the cows, and they're ready to go back. So at that time, a forest fire comes there because of the heat, like we said previously after the Kali and Nardana. Similarly, here another forest fire is coming now. Tadanu saha sahayair duram anvishya shaure, galita sarani Munjaranya. Like I said, Munja is the name of the forest. Aranya means forest. So Munjaranya Sanjata Khedam Pashu Kulam Abhivikshya. I'm breaking at the ma if you want to. Pashu Kulam Abhivikshya Kshipram Anetum Arat. Put a it. Kshipram Anetum Arat, comma. Next line in Sanskrit is two it. One of the it will go away. Twai Gatavati He Sarvatognir Jajrumbhe. Tadanu sahasahayer duramanvishya shaure galita sarani munjaranya sanjata khedam pashukulam abhivikshya kshipramane tumarat tvayi gatavati hi sarvatognir jajrumbhe.
तदनु सहायैर्दूरमन्विष्य शौरे गलितसरणि मुञ्जारण्यसञ्जात खेदम् पशुकुलमभिवीक्ष्य क्षिप्रमाणे तुमारात् त्वयि गतवति हि सर्वतोऽग्निर्जजृम्भे. सर्वतोऽग्निर् सर्वतो निजम्रे
Sarvatognir jajrumbhe.
जजृम्भे
No, jajrumbhe.
जजृम्भे okay. तदनु सहसहाये दूरमन्विष्य सौरे गलितसरणि मुञ्जारण्य सञ्जातकेदम् पशुकुलमभिवीक्ष क्षिप्रमाणे तुमारात् त्वयि गतवती हि सर्वतो निर्जम्ब्रे जजम्ब्रे.
Two small things. And I think one of them, I think the Sarani or something, you were putting a long E. Anga. So it's Sarani, short E first on that second line.
Okay.
And then the last one, see, Sarvato Agnir Jajrumbe. Okay, those are the two words. But on the Agnir, because of the S symbol, because of the O, it's set together. So Sarvatognir Jajrumbe.
Sarvatognir Jajrumbe.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Rare Kutti doubt. So Munja and Aishika both are same?
Same thing. Yeah, it's just a different name. Aishika is the name of the forest. I think Munja, because Munja, I think, is a type of tree that it grows there. So that's why it's called Munjaranya. But it's the same place where they go there.
Tadanu sahasahayerduram अन्विष्य शौरे गलितसरणिमुञ्जारण्य सञ्चातखेदम् पशुकुलमभिवीक्ष्य क्षिप्रमाणेतुमारात् त्वयि गतवदिः हि सर्वदोऽग्निर्जम्जुम्भे जजुम्भे तदनु सहसहायेर्दूरम् अन्विष्य शौरे गलितसरणिमुञ्चारण्य सञ्चातखेदम् पशुकुलमभिवीक्ष्य क्षिप्रमाणेतुमारात् त्वयि गतवदिः हि सर्वदोऽग्निर्जजुम्भे.
That's a full. Sakala hariti deepte ghora bhankara bhime shikini bihata marga ardha dhagdha ivartaha ahaha bhuvana bandho pahi pahi ti sarve sharanamupagatastvam tapahartaramekam. The fire is coming. Now the boys, of course, all of this you can compare to everything which happens in your own lives. Think of the fire as some problem you have in your life, right? For comparison purposes. So the boys all try to avoid the forest fire. They all try to escape on their own. They are not able to. And at one point, it gets very hot because it is kind of approaching them wherever they were trying to go. The forest fire was kind of being there. It was just spreading very wild there. And at some point, Ardha Dhagdha, they were almost half burnt because of the heat that was coming from the forest fire. So at one point, they all quit, right? And they go to Krishna and say, Krishna, you helped us out in so many times, right? In this case also, you please have to help us. Pahi, Pahi means please save me. So they go to Krishna and say, please save me this time also. And with that, they surrender to Krishna. So this is kind of saying we all try to fight our battles. And at some point when we are not able to, we resort back, right? Saying, Krishna, you are my last option here. You should have been my first option, but you are my last option now. So at least now, you please try to help me out. Sakala hariti deepte ghora bhankara bhime, put a plus, shikhini bihata marga ardha dhagda ivarthaha. So those two lines together. Ahaha bhuvana bandho pahi pahiti sarve, comma, sharanam upagatastvam, just breaking at the ma there, sharanam upagatastvam tapa hartaramekam. Sorry, go ahead.
Ardhadagdha ivartaha hahaha bhuvana bandho pahi pahi ti sarve sharanamupagatasvam tapah hartaramekam.
सकलहरिदिदीप्ते घोरभाङ्कारभीमे शिखिनि विहितमार्गो अर्धदग्धा इवाक्ताः अहह भुवनबन्धो पाहि पाहीति सर्वे शरणमुपगस्तां तापहाक्तारमेकम्.
Second line, Vihata. You said vihita. Vihata marga.
Vihatamarga.
And then the last line, Sharanam upagatasthvam.
Upagadastvam. सकलहरिदिदीप्ते घोरभाङ्कारभीमे शिखिनि विहदमार्ग अर्धदत्ता इवाक्ताः अहह भुवनबन्धो पाहि पाहीति सर्वे शरणम् उपगदास्त्वां तापहर्तारमेकम्.
Rajesh, I have a question. Is there a comma between Bhime and Shikini?
No, it's just, no,
Plus.
Bhime, it's a plus. The whole thing, first two lines are together. Yeah.
Thank you.
Rajesh ji, ahaha and aho, they are all same, right? Like oh, like that, right?
Yeah. Amma, ahaha, no, O, Amma. Literally it is O. O Bhuvana Bandho, the one who protects the world. Stanza 5. I think the recording got split now. I think in the first recording, when I joined again, I started a new one. So I think the hotel is trying to kick me out. I asked for an extension. So finally, they're like, we can't extend anymore. We're disconnecting your Wi-Fi. No, not. I don't know why it got disconnected. Stanza 5. अलमलमति भीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं दृशमिति तव वाचा मीलिताक्षेषु तेषु क्वनु दवदहनोऽसौ कुत्र मुञ्जाटवीसा सपति बभृतिरेते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे. So, like I was telling, right? Imagine you are stuck in something very dangerous, right? And so somebody, comes and says, don't worry, just close your eyes. Just trust me. None of us would do that, right? Imagine like a train is coming towards you, or some tiger or lion or a bear is coming running towards you when you're walking in the trails. And then they say, don't worry, just stand, close your eyes, believe in Krishna because you are a devotee of Krishna. Krishna will take care. I doubt if anybody would do that. We will all try to escape, right? That's why in one of this, and I forget which one, where they say, why doesn't Krishna come to you? Because you don't call him like Meera, right? That song which is there is so apt. Because here, this forest fire is coming from everywhere. Ardha Dagda, they are half burnt. And Krishna is telling them, Drisham Meelayadhum, he says, close your eyes, right? And all the boys close their eyes. Nobody opens their eyes to see what happens. Krishna says, just close your eyes. So they all close their eyes. And all of a sudden, Kutra Munjata Visa, where did that Munja forest go? That Munja forest is no longer there. They're back in Hanta Bhandira Desh. Remember that Bhandiraka forest, banyan tree, which I said in the previous Dasakam, where they were playing. So they all are back there, and these boys are wondering, where did this Munjatavi, where did this Munjaranyam forest go? If there's no forest fire anymore, there's no Munja forest anymore, and we are all back under the banyan tree, right? So that was the trust that the boys had in Krishna, and that's the faith that they all had, which, we have to kind of cultivate that faith, to have that absolute faith of saying there's no option B, right? Like we saw in Gajendra Moksham also, at one point when Gajendra is like not even fighting and letting go. Same thing with Draupadi, right? Draupadi was holding on to that one layer of sari with her tooth. And then at one point, she let it go. She opened her mouth to let that sari go and called out to Govinda. Right? And at that point, Krishna then came to rescue. So similarly here, the boys just close their eyes. They don't try to escape. They don't try to run away. And suddenly they're back into where they started, which was under the banyan tree.
Rajesh ji, curiosity la rare question. So this Bhandi kadayad. Bhandi, right?
Bhandi, second
Bhandi. So that Bhandi is a banyan tree, you said, right? It's Arasamaram, right? In Tamil? Yeah. So is that how they got Pandava's name? Bhandava? Should they be Bhandavas? Because they are like Arasargal, whatever.
I don't think so. Because that's Pa, right? Pandava. This is the second Bha, Bhandira. So I don't think there is a connection unless there's some connection behind the scenes. But I don't think so. But the words are not the same though,
Yeah, Pandavas are Pandu Raja's sons, right?
Yeah, Pandu naladhan Pandavas.
Yeah. So is that Bha, not Bha?
No, here Bhandi, second Bha in Sanskrit.
It is Ba Bha, not Ba Bha.
Bhakta and the bha.
Bhakta. Yeah, okay, got it. Yes. Go ahead.
Alam ati bhitya sarvato milayadvam, put a plus, drishamiti tava vacha militaksheshu teshu. All short oos there. So the first two lines together. Kwanu dava dahanosau kutra munjatavi sa, comma, sapadi vavrutire te hanta bhandira deshe. अलमलमतिभीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं दृशमिति तव वाचा मीलिताक्षेषु तेषु क्वनु दवदहनोऽसौ कुत्र मुञ्जाटवीसा सपदि बभृतिरेते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे.
अलमलमतिभीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं वृषमिति तव वाचा मीलितकेषु तेषु क्वनुदवदहनोऽसौ कुत्र मुञ्जातवीशा सपदि बवृते ते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे. अलमलमतिभीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं वृषमिति तव वाचा मीलिताकेषु तेषु क्वनुदवदहनोऽसौ कुत्र मुञ्जात् क्वनुदवदहनोऽसौ कुत्र मुञ्जातवीशा सपदि ववृते ते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे.
Shubhan, the third line last, you're saying cha, it's a sa.
Oh, okay. Muञ्जातवीसा.
अलमलमतिभीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं भृशमिति तव वाचा मिलिताक्षेषु केषु कुनु तव दहनो सौकुत्तमुञ्जाडवीसा सपति बुबुतिरे ते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे.
Fourth line, second word, bavrutire.
ववृतिरे. अलमलम् अधिभीत्या सर्वतो मीलयध्वं भृशमिति तव वाचा मिलिताक्षेषु तेषु कुनु तव दहनोऽसौ कुत्तमुञ्जाडवीसा सपति ववृतिरे ते हन्त भाण्डीरदेशे. भाण्डीरदेशे.
Jaya Jaya.
Rajesh ji, sorry to interrupt. Second line, Milita or Milita?
Meeli. Me is a long, li is a
okay.
short. Meeli taksheshu. Jaya Jaya tava maya kheyamishetiti tesham nutibhiruditahasau bhaddanana vilasaha punarapi vipinante pracharah pataladi prasava nikaramatra grahya gharmanubhave. So, for this cowherd boys of Vrindavan, and we're going to see, 4 chapters dedicated to Gopikas. Right now, it is all about Krishna's friends, right? The Gopa boys. So, these Gopa boys, for them, there was nobody they would approach for help other than Krishna. So for any problems they have, for them, the only savior was Krishna. And they never thought that's because Krishna is God. So that is the beauty of Krishna Avataram is you don't have to believe that Krishna is God in this case. They all thought Krishna is a friend like mine. And some of our friends have superpowers. They all are strong. Somebody is strong. Somebody can run fast. So they all thought this Krishna boy, has some kind of superpower, by which he can protect us at every single time. Because none of these boys are, old enough to know that he's incarnation, right? They're 6 years old. So they all just loved Krishna as a friend. And they all used to go to Krishna as a friend, and they all thought he was some superpower he had. Maybe they also had some superpowers. They didn't know how to exercise, right? So with that, they continue to Krishna to always come to you for every single thing. And, you always took care of them, right? So they also had that confidence because of that. Jaya Jaya Tava Maya Keyamisheti Tesham, put a plus. Nuti bhiru ditahaso. So that word you cannot break it. Nuti bhiru ditahaso. Baddha nana vilasaha. So those two lines are together. Punarapi vipinante pracharaha, put a F, pracharah, pataladi, put a plus, prasava, nikara, matra, grahya, gharmanubhave. So again, those two lines are together as well. So with this, they continue to spend time with Krishna all along, and they are getting rid of the summer season. Summer season is coming to an end. So they spend their entire summer this way. जय जय तव माया केयमीशेति तेषां नुतिभिरुदितहासो बद्धनानाविलासः पुनरपि विपिनान्ते प्राचरः पाटलादि प्रसवनिकरमात्रग्राह्यघर्मानुभावे
जय जय तव माया केयमीशेति तेषां नुतिभिरुदितहासो बद्धनानाविलासः पुनरपि विपिनान्ते प्राचरः पातलादि प्रसवनिकरमात्रा ग्राह्यघर्मानुभावे जय जय तव माया केयमीशेति तेषां नुतिभिरुदितहासो बद्धनानाविलासः पुनरपि विपिनान्ते प्राचरः पाटलादि प्रसवनिकरमात्रा ग्राह्यघर्मानुभावे
जय जय तव माया केयमीशेति तेषां नुतिभिरुदितहासो बद्धनानाविलासः पुनरपि विपिनान्ते पाजरः पाडलादि प्रसवनिकरमात्रग्राह्यघर्मानुभावे जय जय तव माया केयमीशेति तेषां नुतिभिरुदितहासो बद्धनानाविलासः पुनरपि विपिनान्ते पाजरः पाडलादि प्रसवनिकरमात्रग्राह्यघर्मानुभावे.
Just do one more and quickly stop. त्वयि विमुखमिवोच्चैस्तापभारं वहन्तं तव भजन वदन्तः पङ्कमुच्चोषयन्तं तव भुजवदुदञ्चद्भूरि तेजः प्रवाहं तप समयमनैषीर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु. So here, next few stanzas, they're just going to talk about how they spend the various seasons in Vrindavan. So here, the summer time, like I said, they ended up spending their time with you, Krishna, on the banks of Yamuna. And Bhattripad is comparing the heat of the summer to two things. So one he says is the one heat is the people who are not attached to you, all the other desires they are carrying, unwanted desires, right? Which they are carrying. He's saying it's similar to that, which is weighing them down. So because the boys were with Krishna, they didn't feel the heat. Similarly, if you're not with Krishna, you feel all the weight of all your desires in you. And the second thing he talks about is how when the devotion comes, it dries off all the desires, all the things that goes away. Similarly, being with Krishna, the boys did not feel any heat because it just burnt away all the other problems they had. Tvai vimukham ivochais, if you want to break it, vimukham ivochais, tapa bharam vahantam, comma, tava bhajana badantaha, put the F, badantah, pankam uchoshayantam, tava bhuja badudanchat bhuri tejaha, put the F, tejah pravaham, comma, tapa samayam anaishir, ir sound, anaishir, yamuneshu sthaleshu. त्वयि विमुखमिवोच्चैस्तापभारं वहन्तं तव भजन वदन्तः पङ्कमुच्छोषयन्तं तव भुजवदुदञ्चद्भूरि तेजः प्रवाहं तप समयमनैषीर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु.
So there is a comma after pravaham, right? In the third line?
Yeah, after every line, end of the line, there's a comma.
Tvai vimukam ivochaistapabaram vahantam tava bhajana vadantah pankamuccoshayantam tava bhujavadu dhanchad bhuri tejah pravaham tapasamayam अनैषीर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु त्वयि विमुखम् इवोचैस्तापभारं वहन्तं तव भजन वदन्तः पङ्कमुच्चोषयन्तम् तव भुजवदुदञ्च भूरितेजः प्रवाहं तव समयं तपशमयम् अनैषीर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु
त्वयि विमुखमिमोच्चैस्तापहारं वहन्तं तव भजन वदन्तः पङ्गमुच्छोषयन्तं तव भुजवदु दञ्जत् भूरितेजः प्रवाहं तव समयमनैषर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु त्वयि विमुखमिमोच्चैस्तापभारं वहन्तं तव भजन वदन्तः पङ्गमुच्छोषयन्तं तव भुजवदु दञ्जत् भूरितेजः प्रवाहं तव समयमनैषेर्यामुनेषु स्थलेषु
श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः। सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावधिभ्यां निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनरुरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावद्भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Bye everyone.
Thank you, Rajesh.